Hi, this is a video with an idea that I had to make a future Martian spaceship. If whoever's watching this happens to be a NASA engineer or something, then please try this, please. Anyways, if you look over here, like right over here, then you might see this engine. Well, I'll tell you more about it. These things here, these little lines here, not sure if you can see, are actually where it will deflect, channel solar radiation, which there's a lot of it on the journey to Mars, of course. So it's practically free fuel, technically. Anyways, it's gotta be controlled, like through here, I guess you could put some pipe, like some of these pipes here, like take a little bit out of it so it can't channel anymore, like magnets, something like that. Kind of like if you lose a magnet piece or something like that, I don't know. Something like that. Anyways, I'll tell you more about this idea that I have. Anyways, these are RCS thrusters, or maneuvering thrusters, as some people might call them. Anyways, sorry if there's some background noise. Sorry. Anyways, let's move on to here. Here's where the oxygen, nitrogen, stuff like that is in there, and not much fuel. I'm gonna say, if some influence on this design, and whoever, if someone does this design, please no fuel in here, because I'm pretty sure there's still going to be tons of space in here for some RCS fuel or something. Anyways, moving on. Oh yeah, this Mars habitat here. Yeah, I'm gonna edit that actually. Just don't do that part. That's why I'm gonna move over here. You're going to use my idea is to use ships like these, identical engine, identical stuff, pretty much, and I guess you could put a Mars habitat or some other thing like food or something like that. I don't know, something like that. Well, supplies, rovers, stuff like that. Anyways, oh yeah, moving on to here. Here is like where the storage is, like storing stuff, like food, water, personal items, stuff like that. Anyways, what I think would be best is that this theoretical crew would start out with a full supply of food, full supply of water, something like that, or about a full supply. Anyways, just throwing ideas around here. Anyway, and another thing is here's like how the payloads will look from the outside. This is the inside. See, yeah. Anyways, it has some RCS and engine fuel in here. This small little engine. And also, one other thing is, it has like some water stuff in here, like where you can store water, food. Water here, water, liquids, liquid, stuff like that. And I'm not sure if a protein shake would fit in there or something, but probably. I'm gonna say maybe something about a couple protein shakes, cause you're gonna need them on the long mission to Mars. Anyways, thinking about something else. Maybe you could put food in here, food and stuff, and supplies, other supplies, other stuff. Like a little bit, like if it needs some RCS fuel or something, I don't know. Anyways, another thing is, you might be wondering, what's this giant thing gonna be powered by? Well, to that I say solar panels, but right around. Yeah, that's probably what whoever's watching this is wondering. That's why I'm going. I designed. I drew them that way because I'm pretty sure if I remember my science correctly, I'm pretty sure it absorbs all the tension and stuff. So if there's a micrometeoroid or something like that, or space debris, space junk, stuff like that, then it'll probably survive at least a little bit more, a teensy bit more. Anyways, another thing is, another reason why I grew them like this, we'll design them this way, is because if whoever's watching this is listening to these ideas, then one idea I got around here for NASA to try is, and it is, putting just a couple of giant lenses on them, on these solar panels, and making them get more solar energy. Yep, that's, I know, sounds crazy, but I think in theory it works. So do more with less. Convenient, right? Anyways, if you didn't think a bunch of solar panels and a couple of Orion batteries, probably somewhere in here, I don't know what the inside of the service module of the Orion is. I don't know. Anyways, if you didn't think that was enough, and probably some more batteries, although no idea where to put them anywhere. I guess anywhere. I would guess with the life support or something. Anyways, if you weren't convinced by that, I think these space Mars astronauts would have a much better option. I would say even fusey option. Okay. Anyways, this thing also drives something in some magnetic particles somewhere here, and then those things clash around, making fusion. I mean, of course, what can go so wrong? Of course, what can go so wrong with practically making a mini sun on a spaceship? Well, hopefully don't put it next to life support, actually. Put it somewhere else. If NASA is hearing this, put it somewhere else, please. Because if it somehow very unlikely somehow explodes, no more life support. And astronauts to wear their suits for the rest of the mission. That doesn't sound very good unless you're in Mars habitat or something. Or in the Orion or something. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. The Orion will be used as a crew vehicle. And maybe even to get to Mars orbit. I just added these little fuel sacks, like the ones in some spacecraft. I'm pretty sure they're on the Kepler Space Telescope, like the thing that helped to get into orbit. I think one of the stages on their rocket. Yeah, something like that. Or maybe if you have some spare RCS or fuel in there from these guys, the supply shipment's not gonna stay. Of course, if you want, I guess if the future astronauts or mission control is okay with it, fine. Okay, I guess you can keep them, I guess. I don't know. As a reminder of your first docking near Mars orbit while going in Mars orbit. Anyways, moving on from that, there is a couple of things here. These little, I know they look like they are sleeping bags, but it look weird from the top view. I know, but anyways, they're sleeping bags. Try to remember that, okay? Anyways, moving on. Back to the Orion. Anyways, Orion can also probably, maybe if you had a couple of airlocks, an airlock in there, And of course, there's a hatch already in the Ryan. I'm pretty sure it's built in. It can act as a little airlock or something. Or, yeah, that's probably good. Yeah, probably use it as an airlock. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Definitely a good idea. Anyways, the Orion will also be used to get into Mars orbit if this guy doesn't work. Or if, I don't know, just want to make the craft a little bit lighter or something, I don't know. Or if it's too much to turn or something, I don't know. To turn the spacecraft around, or if it takes much fuel or something, I don't know. Anyways, what you would do is that the Orion would fire its engines to get into actual Mars orbit, not just like a flyby, going out into the outer reaches of the solar system thing, not that type of thing. That's not what I want. Unless you want to do unless NASA wants to do a Mars flyover with this thing. I don't know. Anyways, I know this part's going to get a little, like, I don't know. Well, this is the toilet, it's modeled after the International Space Station toilet. I know. I know everything, pretty much everything that has to do with space, even space toilets. Anyways, since I watch a lot of science shows on a very regular level, then I know that I guess you could fill this thing here with a bunch of these microbes or something that literally eat up the stuff that literally eat up what we don't like. What we don't like, which is the stuff that comes out the other end. Well, in here, the bacteria, the cyanobacteria, I'm pretty sure. Although not too much of those little guys. Not too much of that. Anyway, just a couple of those little guys in there. And they're gonna eat up everything. Well, of course, not everything. Well, stuff number 1, number 2, that stuff. And I'm pretty sure, not sure if you can eat cyanobacteria, not sure. But I guess so, I don't know. I guess they can be a source of food. And I'm pretty sure they produce some water in that process of recycling. So yeah, hopefully I'm right. But if NASA really is watching this, then double check, because not sure if you can eat those guys. Anyways, and here's where the Mars vehicle will dock. Oh yeah, I'll show you the thing later. And ignore this habitat. It'll be stored in another spacecraft like this. Well, of course, you can do the same model for 2 things. Nothing wrong with that. You could just make 2 of these guys, launch them into space, and since they look identical, I guess maybe put a little paint job or something on them, and I guess make them go to Mars, or this spaceship. I don't know, either one. Well, I guess since Splash will either go to Mars and help the colonists, or where the dock. I don't know when this is. Anyways, I guess here you could put your controls and stuff. Controls, meters, stuff like that. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I covered everything. Did I? Yeah, pretty sure. Anyways, sorry if my writing's a little bit sloppy here. I'm pretty sure the camera here is turning stuff around, is making my handwriting look backward. I don't know. And don't put it in the comments, because I'm pretty sure I have these settings that don't show the comments. Anyways, this is my idea of a crew vehicle. couple of Orions in there. Put an Orion in there. Launch it to the space station, which we talked about in the previous part of this video. And I just put these solar panels extended, so it's like, but they're not really gonna be extended on Earth, because I'm pretty sure the fairing would just no more solar panels. That wouldn't be good. So I guess in space you would deploy these solar panels. Anyways, what I'm thinking is using the same engine. I mean, of course, I guess you would use instead push off the Earth's magnetic field. I guess modify it. And I guess throwing in a couple more engines in here, and hopefully it doesn't go as too fast and goes to the next solar system. Hopefully. Anyways, it possibly can't hurt to add a couple of solid rocket boosters if the first engine isn't powerful enough. And I guess a second stage can't hurt, or just Orion just launches into space. Anyways, this is not built to go into Mars orbit, although I'm not sure if it can, but wouldn't say it would. Well, unless the crew, which is going to get to Mars in a tiny spaceship that doesn't have much food, and then it's going to dock with the bigger spaceship. That doesn't sound realistic. So I guess both spaceships, a giant space station, not the Internet, the one I just showed you a couple of minutes ago. And yeah, it'll dock with that one, do some, and of course, it'll dock in Earth's orbit, not Mars orbit, because that's too long for anybody waiting in here. Anyways, moving on. This is my idea of a cargo vehicle. It might take those little payloads, something Mars habitats. I guess the Mars habitats just auto-land themselves or something. I don't know, something like that. Pretty much the same build as this. Practically, but except as a kind of larger thing here. Larger fuel. Like normal fuel. Like, the liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen, something like that. And moving on to the other page. Yeah, it's good. And I didn't finish the Mars habitat though, sorry. Anyway, I didn't finish drawing it, of course. Anyways, I guess it could be dome shape, tube, I don't know. Anyways, here, little rover here. He collects ores through this, lasers them up to separate them, puts them in this thing, and then pulls those little ores and rocks out to be heated up with another laser here, and then it just it gets made into suitable, like pretty much very hottish material that's good for 3D printing. And another thing is, well, he's got his little cute little eyes. Just a touch. Anyway, just a touch of that. I just thought it would be coolish. Anyways, he has a little arm. Of course, because he has to pick up rocks. I mean, of course, if a rock just got under here, he would have to pick it out with his arm or something. I don't know. Or collect rocks faster. Collect the big giant rock that cannot go on this conveyor belt. And would break it down and make the rover explode because some shards of something would end up in some processors. So that's a good way to avoid that. Anyways, this is some ideas here. This could be an airlock, and of course you would make a couple of domes or a big dome. I don't know, either one. And here you have the lander, which is going to take the rover, which the colonist or mission controller itself controls, like the Curiosity rover. Yeah, and this is a little solar panel. And this rover will go each night inside of the charged up lander, and then just take a big and just take a break and then go back to building Mars habitats, or like I guess maybe moving them or something like that. Like something like that. Anyways, moving on to the landers, even the Mars lander. Anyways, this is an idea I have of a Mars, cargo vehicle. Cargo lander, and it'll fire its engines. Have some supplies on board in there. Again, little fuel sacks here, just for a little more fuel, Anyway, the colonists will open this hatch, and I guess you could also put it in your Mars. I guess you could also somehow attach it with the rovers, and maybe if you have some processors and other stuff and airlocks and stuff like that to attach stuff to it, then I guess you could make it part of your base. That sounds cool to me. Anyways, this thing opens, colonists step in, take their supplies, then go out or make it part of the Mars building itself, or Mars base itself. My words. Anyways, this here looks like a big messy bunch of scribbles and stuff, but no, I'll calmly explain it. Here you have some like little windows here, and I guess a little bit of oxygen tanks here and here, which I guess you put some vents or something to vent a little bit of oxygen out at a time, to give the crew some oxygen. And this is an ascent and landing vehicle, so it'll go down to the Martian surface, and this part here will then go up, dock with a giant space station, and then go back and bring some cool Mars stuff back, and data, of course, and then go back to Earth, and then the cycle gets repeated. Anyways, starting back down here, and these things here, I put like tiny little solid rocket motors here, like kind of like the giant space shuttle ones, except they're tinier and only use they have lots of endurance but don't have that much thrust, Anyways, here's the same engine, except it cycles Martian dust, which has iron, which is magnetic, which, you see where I'm going with here? It expels the Martian, it collects the Martian dirt very fastly, magnetically collects, during flight, of course. And then it just gets a bunch of that dust and then expels it back down here for thrust. Sounds good, right? Anyways, here's where some spacesuits can be stored and stuff. And here's some little, you could say, packets. Or, I guess they could be boxes and stuff like that. Or compartments or something for stuff, for electronics and other stuff. And also, here's a little, this is the engine. This is a little engine here. Now I remember it. The crew can go here to ascend or descend to the Martian surface, from the Martian surface. Here you have your steering wheel and other stuff. And it will not be controlled by mission control, unless you want to be 15 minutes late for something. I guess, either a computer or the pilots, or both, could do it. Maybe a computer could do it. And anyways, there's some adjusting rockets here. Some RCS thrusters. And here's some water and stuff for the crew, because of course you gotta start out with some water. And also here's just a couple of some compartments to put some Martian dirt and stuff, and here you can put some Martian water ice or something, liquid like that. And if NASA or someone who works at NASA is watching this, no aliens in the spaceship. That won't work. It's a special, and it won't work out. And no secretly taking pet aliens in the compartments. Just being funny here. Anyways, but seriously, if there is some Martians, no taking the Martians without permission. And anyways, oh yeah, and these are some fuel sacks here, and this engine here, or you could use like one here. We'll like fold it back here and then consume the rocket fuel to get into space, and then orbit with the space and get into orbit with the space station and dock with the space station, then go back to Earth and pretty much repeat. Alright, and here's some special batteries here. They're like the Ben Franklin thing. I'm not sure if it's true that he put like a needle in the jar and it collected the electricity. I'm pretty sure no batteries that size could handle it. No batteries or modern day batteries could handle it. Well, about the size of a jar of it. Could handle it well, of course, without exploding or something or getting fried. So this is practically going back to the past, taking some technology, putting it in the future. And this is where the electricity will flow. Cool, right? Anyways. Oh yeah, and this is an engine, one of the engines. It can be either delivered by the cargo lander that I talked about earlier. Anyways, oh yeah, here I'm pretty sure it's like the Martian dirt collector or something like that. Oh, or was it the pump? I can't remember. And anyways, over here, this engine will cycle magnetic particles, creating fusion. And sweet fusion equals lots of happy colonists that have access to electricity and water. Oh yeah, and speaking about water, here, this thing will drill, and I guess maybe extract some Martian ice, and then here, gets hot, steamy, steam goes over here, and then in here, and then it is either converted to oxygen, or just kept as water for drinking. And here, I'm pretty sure I heard that if you have an isotope or something on Mars, you could put it in here, get some sweet energy from that, and then just use that for your Martian colony. Just saying. And again, this is just ideas. Anyways, here are some solar panels with the same thing, the lenses and stuff. And here's where you can alter stuff, and also there's a battery here. And oh yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see. Yep, that's almost it. Almost done. Okay. And here's something, another possible vehicle for taking stuff to Mars or back. Anyways, here's a rover, your standard rover from Basic Things. Had like some cool robotic eyes, like 6 wheels in total. Well, of course, 3 + 3 = 6, of course. Because, I mean, of course, it's 2D, so you can't see the other 3 wheels. Oh, sorry, my iPad. Is my iPad doing that? Anyways, here's a little radar dish, and here you can put some here's a compartment and little case, you could say, where the theoretical colonist can put stuff in there, wrenches, tools, and stuff like that. Here, another one of those cool batteries. Here, it can catalog stuff, electrical signals, and they can kind of title them as when I found the Martian dirt sample, of course, the rover, of course, or the weird Martian ice or something, or possible Martian life files in here, or just the regular stuff, either way. Oh yeah, and I guess it could have a little welding tool, and it has a little arm here, and also has some laser eyes that scan and can look for details and stuff like that. Not the melty type, like the sensing type. Okay. And here, I guess you could. Oh yeah, this could be the welder or something like that, or sample collector. And oh yeah, and let me see if that's it. Almost there. Just this page more. This is another. Yeah, actually, don't do this one. Actually, no. Although this could be the 3D printing edition. I don't know. And here, this lander collects Martian dirt and stuff, sorts it out, puts it in these things, and puts some more. And if it has too much of one thing, then it could put it in here. And it does sort by itself. Like, I guess this could be the computer or something. And these are conveyor belts. And here's some wheels. And here's some gas or something. If you find some useful gases in there, then you can store them in here. And this thing, I guess you could put something like a vacuum tube here that feeds stuff into here. And this thing is like a little storage facility. This here, 3D printer, another idea for 3D printing again. Again, just an idea. Anyways, oh yeah, here's a little satellite dish, communicates with mission control or something. Here's some wheels, 3D printer, laser things that correct stuff. Like if accidentally does a mistake, then it can just laser beam that material away, and it can start again. And that's pretty much it. And if whoever's watching this is someone from NASA, then please try these ideas, and bye.